Tonight, Survivor Series is on the horizon. We get some fresh matchups, and Samoa Joe is a national treasure. Have you seen Dio Madden? Because the Monday Night Raw after show and AfterBuzz TV starts right now.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz.
Yo! 6 days away from Survivor Series. I'm having the time of my life.
What's going on with the lights here?
We're having a club
Where's
right
Evans
there.
music?
Where's the Evans music? We're going to fade it
Okay.
back in. There it is.
There we go.
Woo! I was a little too happy for a second. It's your boy Flobo Boyce. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Monday Night Raw After Show, keeping me in your life and on your second screen. Huge show going on today with Survivor Series Takeover and all the news happening around the WWE. Before we get to all that, let's introduce our fantastic panel. All the way to the left, this guy is the voice of the AEW Dynamite After Show right here at AfterBuzz TV, and in the inner circle, give it up for Jack Farmer.
Too sweet. So good to be in the inner circle. I like to consider myself part of the Bullet Club and the NWO and even the East Hampton Polo Boys. I'm in every group. I'm in every group.
Give it all, give it all. And on his right, she has 24 hustles for 24 hours in the day. The Canadian assassin, co-founder of Whisper Wrestling Weekly, give it for TK Trinidad.
Bonjour.
Hi. To her right, you can call him Heel Jim. You can call him Hollywood Jim. The Second City savior, the real talker himself, Jim Alexander.
You miss me, nerds? I'm back. They've written me off, but I wrote the pages over, and I'm back. By the way, TK, you look very mature today. Like a,
I don't know how I feel about that word.
You know, like you look very professional, right? Like
Mature, don't give me trouble, man. I'm not going to get involved in that.
the hair to everything.
Shout out to everyone in the chat listening in. Luigi, how you doing? Evangelina, you guys are
And Jack the
awesome.
Beard.
Tino
Yeah.
Hour. Yeah, Jack Farmer's in the chat.
I'm the evil twin today.
Evil twin. Here listening to the Raw the Other Show. I just want to say shout out to John Quasto. Got to appear
Yeah.
on 205 Live this week.
What happened?
He
He's on
was
205
he was on
Live, commentary, yeah.
Been his
Yeah.
hometown
Oh, they
of
still run that
Pennsylvania.
show?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was-
with John Quasto.
Yeah, John Quasto. After
Yeah,
Buzz
I thought they
Around.
canceled 205.
It's still on. John Quasto doing commentary.
Oh, man.
Go with it, Jim. Help me out here.
I'm just asking. I don't know. I told you guys. Everyone who's watching shows knows I hardly. The only time I ever saw it was with in the live show, and
Oh yeah,
I
was
was
you want to
focused.
stay forever?
Yeah,
it
I
was,
did
it was
want
a
to
dope
see
match.
her.
It was Oni Lorcan versus Arya Daivari.
Hey, those
That
two
was a
girls in
barn
the crowd,
burner.
man. That was all about it.
And also, a happy belated birthday to AfterBuzz co-founder Kevin Undergaro. Thank you so much for being on this platform. So, Survivor Series 6 days away. Whether you like it or not, it's here. The Survivor Series, 3 brands are fighting left and right. Overall thoughts of the show, Jack Farmer, talk to me.
This was a wild episode. People were coming in from everywhere, every which way. We had invasions, we had break-ins, we had all sorts of stuff. I love that kind of stuff. I love chaos and shenanigans, so I thought it was a fun episode.
Shenanigans and flim-flamming.
And flim-flamming and hijinks and hoopla.
TK, overall thoughts of the show, especially taking into account the number of no contests tonight.
Bonjour.
We.
It was okay. It was okay. I think sometimes one of those things is like it's a catch-22. It's like when it's setting up for a pay-per-view. Sometimes the shows are really good and you're looking forward to the pay-per-view. That doesn't happen as often, unfortunately. Then sometimes you have a show where it's just like, do I even want to tune into the pay-per-view?
True. And this one was kind of like the latter.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Jim Alexander, Survivor Series, one of the big four.
Yeah.
We got NXT in there, and then Triple H being like NXT, doors open. Blah, 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 blah. Has this really sold the idea of you watching Survivor Series? Are you more on board after tonight, going home from Raw, or you're kind of like, I'm over it, I'm waiting to see what's happening in NXT?
The takeaway every week with this build up to Survivor Series is all about NXT, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Since NXT now officially is Triple H now the head, the GM of it, like
Of
that.
NXT?
Yeah, it just
Hasn't he always been?
Yeah, but
Well,
we knew he
Regal is-
ran
Regal's
it,
not
but
around.
now on
Yeah.
camera, like
Oh, okay.
storyline wise, like he's officially like the father of NXT, right?
Yeah.
It's being acknowledged. Every year you can almost rewind it and place the footage into the following year. Who's wearing the blue blue
Right.
SmackDown
They're
shirt
on
and
sale
red
now.
Raw one?
Right.
Now they have a Fox logo in the back. But now you have the NXT added to it. So there's something fresh. NXT keeps on reminding me, this would maybe with Survivor Series, this whole thing of Nexus, the beginning of Nexus, right? They're
Yeah.
kind of being booked like that. They're the new kind of fresh face. They don't give a damn. They're going to take everyone out sort of thing. no rules, right, applied to them. So I kind of like that. It's the only thing that's selling me about this Survivor Series is NXT.
I think NXT has to look strong. I mean, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but if they go into Survivor Series and get beat up, it's going to make this whole thing not worth it. They've got to come out looking like the A brand.
Well, no, they can take some losses, but the wrestling is good, which I think it will be. They're still going to maintain their viewers and and get more viewers.
I mean, they can definitely lose. Like Becky Lynch. I don't want to jump all over the place, but they can definitely lose a few. But I think like the big main Survivor Series one, they've got to walk away as winners.
What do you consider the big one? Because there is a lot of matches here that have all the brands involved. The team, the brand versus brand.
The brand versus brand, they have to win.
Not even the undercard one, the U.S. title, Intercontinental title.
It's fine if they don't win.
Okay,
that
so
one.
this is basically the women's match and the team versus teams.
I think mostly just the both the men and women's team matches.
Okay.
I think the other ones like the women's title matches and things, they can lose those. But I think as a team, they need to look like they are the brand that is dominant.
But still, what is it? Bragging rights at stake? We still have nothing at stake here. They should have threw in this year like the draft picks or something. You know, you can the team that wins can take 2 talents or whatever from another brand of their choosing, or from the other 2 brands. They get to select one person, because that seems to be the angle they're working now. They're trying to. We're going to get into that, but it seems like they're working that angle of like trying to recruit, right?
Right.
So this would be something at stake. Make something at stake. We don't care about bragging rights. No one cares about bragging rights.
Let's talk about recruitment and no contest. Kevin Owens takes on Drew McIntyre. I thought the match of the night. A lot of false finishes. It kind of reminds me, hey, look, these two are 2 guys that could do so much more. But there was a non-finish because Triple H comes out, we go to break, which there's a lot of weird breaks in today's episode.
Is that the new mandate? Like, when someone comes out, go to break. Go to break.
Joe, thoughts about the recruitment of superstars so close to the pay-per-view and the actual like dust-up afterwards?
I felt like this was a pay-per-view match. This was so good. And my prediction, I think what's going to happen is at the pay-per-view, I think Kevin Owens and maybe someone from SmackDown is going to turn on their own company, and that's how NXT is going to recruit them. Yeah. Is in the pay-per-view, they're going to jump ship. And that's how they'll, without saying, oh, we're stepping down or we're just making a move, they're going to turn their backs and join NXT.
Especially if they do it after NXT has a win. Like, they see how strong NXT is, because maybe, in this wrestling universe, they're on the road, so they might not get to see NXT. So they see how, you see what I'm saying, as the wrestlers. So now they see that they're performing to the same caliber as them. Therefore, it's not in their mind a step down to go to NXT.
So question for you, follow-up. So let's say Kevin Owens at Survivor Series goes, I'm NXT now. On Monday night, do we just ignore him, or is there like a follow-up storyline, or do we say Survivor Series ended, the all brands of MC is over, it's just like basically a roster draft?
I think this is going to be... I don't even think you guys would know this reference. You know Bold and the Beautiful and Young and the Restless?
Yeah.
So
why would we not know that?
I don't know. I used to watch
How dare you assume?
I don't know.
I was more an All My Children guy. But
my man! Don't for Jack Farmer.
I used to watch with my grandmother, but sometimes they'd have crossovers, and you'd still know those storylines, like this person is married to this person on Bold and Beautiful, but they used to be married to this person on Young and the Restless.
Sure.
I think that they would benefit on having those crossovers with Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Not necessarily all the time, but there's an acknowledgement of it. To one, get viewers to watch SmackDown, because at one point I was watching all of them, but I feel like I'm getting away. It's like before they had the draft maybe 3 years ago, when SmackDown was one, I was like, well, if you don't watch it, it's whatever. Yeah. It almost seems like Raw and NXT are the shows to watch.
Sure.
So I feel like they need to have the talk crossover with all 3 brands to at least, like, oh my gosh, I wonder what is happening on SmackDown, if they even talk about it, or there's a little bit of a crossover.
Do we get into wild card territory if we do that too much?
No, we don't want that.
Well, anymore. Like there was a brand, they had the brand split, and then they did the recruitment and everything, but then there's crossover, and then John Cena's a wild card, then this person's a wild card, then we see that. Like, I don't think does WWE follow their own rules? Like, it's one of those things. Like, this is what we're doing, and then 2 weeks later, this is what we're going to be doing. It's one of those things.
Jim, final thoughts?
Yeah, final thought would be that they should continue it, because if you're building up this, I know just because Survivor Series ends doesn't mean there should be an end to it. You need a little bit, maybe a week or 2 additional, especially if Kevin Owens turns, which he probably will. Yeah. You can probably see his goodbye on Raw, and then follow up on NXT. You need some kind of repercussion. You can't just say, well, we dominated, we won. That doesn't matter. Okay, it matters like what sets off storylines on your brands off of this, right? We need some story.
Right.
They're already building up storylines to kind of cross mingle. We need to pay off, and moving forward, how does it help launching?
And Royal Rumble's not that far away either, where they're gonna get commingled again. So I agree. Yeah, I think right on point.
So talking about NXT and Survivor Series and matches with no victor, Randy Orton picks Ricochet to be his tag team partner, taking the Viking Raiders for the Raw Tag Team Championship. A tag team match, player. So this is another match that doesn't even end with a decision because we have another dust up for Survivor Series. Everyone gets involved, wearing the discount shirts with a brand on it. I'm not trying to poo-poo on Survivor Series. The chat is blowing up saying how much I hate Survivor Series. I do.
He does.
But I do.
It's worse in real life.
I do think there's a way we can do it better for the modern audiences, but I'm not a person to sit here and say what they should and should not do. But I will say this. How do you guys feel about, one, Randy Orton picking Ricochet of all people, and two, yet another match tonight ending in no contest?
Randy's face now again? Why? That was their opportunity for him to be a heel on this brand, a top heel, and now he's the same purgatory as he was on SmackDown. This kind of, hey, I'm going to look over to younger talent and have a little feud with them. Use him to a full extent. Use him for what he is best at, which is a heel. He could be the number one heel on this brand, right? And it serves no purpose for Randy. I know he doesn't care as much. Like you talk about TK happy guys, just like, they're so confident and settled in their spots, and they've accomplished everything. There's too much for them as a writing team, as for storylines, to use Orton in better ways. So,
however, I think Orton's in a good spot.
I know you're going to say that. He needs a spot as a top heel. No one cares about flying jets. No one cares about the money he's making. Put the guy on TV and give him a purpose.
Obviously, they do, and I really, based off of how often or not as often as we see him, his contract, he probably has a really good contract where he doesn't have to travel, he doesn't have to do all that stuff.
Right.
So therefore, he can't, if his contract states that I'm going to be home this amount of time because he wants to be with family or whatever, then you can't afford to write him in a longer storyline. And maybe he's okay with that. I'm okay because he's already cemented himself. Right?
It's not about him. It's about me. I'm the viewer. I want to see good stuff.
But you're seeing good matches from him.
But so this is what I think. He's gonna turn his back on the good guys. He's gonna turn heel again. He's gonna RKO out of nowhere. It's in his veins. It's like Loki helping out all the Marvel heroes. We know he's gonna turn his back and do something evil eventually.
I don't know it.
This is just to tease us. It's probably gonna happen in the big match.
I hope so. I do not want him. We've seen his purgatory for 2 years on SmackDown. We didn't even know if he was there or part of it. He was showing up less than me on the show. So, you need something more consistent.
I wouldn't say purgatory. He's not in Black Man Purgatory. He's in his legend purgatory.
Yeah, but still, he's still.
Can you be in legend purgatory?
Yes, you could.
It's like Alicia Fox. We know she's there. We know she kind of
sort of
retired.
Don't
compare Alicia Fox to Randy
Orton. Don't bring your girls into this, okay? Don't put over your girls on the show like that. What? Naomi's next. Naomi's another legend.
Naomi's in
we gave no time.
Naomi's in BMP. Wow. Naomi and the Usos are in BMP.
No, Alicia. Alicia.
Watch next on NXT. It's gonna be Aaliyah's in the purgatory of a legend.
I know, right? That's
come on, man.
Yeah, Aaliyah and Randy Orton are kind of in that same boat.
Wow.
That is incorrect, and that's not what I was trying to say. I think there's a Legends Purgatory, and then there's a BMP. I don't think Randy Orton's in the BMP.
We know that he's not, but
because if he were to tomorrow say WWE, look, I'm in it for the next year.
Yeah.
Book me for every show, and I want to do this story. And he came with the ideas.
Yeah.
Because he just has that much wrestling knowledge. He could do that.
Why
think
won't
he
they
should have
present
to.
that to him?
Yeah.
They need
Maybe he doesn't want to.
It's not his call. He's getting private jets, damn it. Go to work. Do some work.
What about Brock? What about Brock?
No, I agree. He should be in the main event.
Yeah.
People care about what he does.
Yes.
If you want to get people to tune into pay-per-views and care about people, you've got to feature Randy Orton because everyone knows who he is. Everyone wants to see him, and he's a superstar. There's no reason he should be in doing
the
little
level
things.
of
Why
Lynch
didn't
is
you
fine.
Watch
want
someone on
to?
this show. Listen, they exiled all my people. Alexa Bliss, King Corbin, everyone's on SmackDown. Rosenberg gets
Why
to talk
you-
about him, and
why
I
you
have
want-
Randy Orton only, and now they're taking that away from me. Okay.
We gotta go.
It's like you're about to have a breakdown. You okay? You need some water?
Yes.
Jack Farmer.
I didn't get water. Everyone got water.
How they can listen to why Alicia Fox is compared to Randy Orton.
I didn't say that.
Please.
Listen, you guys, people, we all know that right now, I'm going to say it, there's a wrestling war going on.
Yeah.
And that war is amongst us podcasters out here. And the only way we can win is if you like, if you comment, if you subscribe, if you hit us with 5-star reviews. That's how we win. We need you guys. So remember, hit the thumbs up. Make a little comment in there. Leave a review. Leave a 5-star review. Do it twice. Who cares? Let's cheat. Let's do this. Do it after win. Do it the Randy Orton way. RKO us with a 5-star review.
I didn't know TK knows sign language.
No, she doesn't, man. That's gonna get
Oh, that wasn't sign language?
another
What
match.
is your problem, Jim?
Another match.
I complimented you at the start of the show.
You
You know.
said mature. That sounds like old.
No, I feel like you look like you came off of set. You know, like you
Well,
did some.
I had a photo shoot today.
You see, that's what I
Oh.
mean. See, the hair, I notice things like that.
Jim, you're
Come
so
on.
smooth, bro. Next match also ended in no contest. Seth Rollins Andrade for a spot on the Raw team at Survivor Series. I like Andrade. I like Seth Rollins. I hate Andrade in his red and green tights, but that's a side issue.
What? Why not?
Because it looks like he works at a Renaissance fair. It's kind of weird with the little things in his trunk.
You know what? I
just
will
don't
never
wanna-
unsee that now.
Either though. All right. That's what the match. Jim Alexander, tell me.
Oh, yeah, the match is. I'm thinking about his trunks now. I mean, what do you.
It's off the rails. We're going off
Yeah,
the rails.
very much so. Good match. I mean, there's the question of it. Is this finally going to be a push for him, right? Because he's been being teased so many times by he's going to get a push, then he's not. You know, finally, I want to see him get a win. So, but we knew no one's getting wins tonight.
Right.
So it was just Andrade in another match that kind of like, it was a good match. Once again, you know, he works well, but what's the payoff? What's the result? What does he gain out of it? Nothing.
Yeah, I think he has the potential. Like, he's had opportunities, and I don't know if they just changed the storyline or whatever. But it's frustrating because it's like he can be box office,
Right.
especially with Selena. Like Selena,
But they're not
talking
pushing
about
him. They're pushing
not
at Humberto, whatever his name
What's his
Ross-
name?
Carrillo.
Oh,
What's his name?
Humberto Carrillo.
What's his name?
Humberto?
Humberto
Whatever.
Carrillo.
Oh,
But
shout out to
here's the point.
Leslie.
He's like a bad
Shout out
version
to
of
Raw
Rocky
Espanol
Maivia
for
with the way
helping
he
me
comes
figure that out.
Facts.
That's the guy they're pushing. You can see that, and I
But
for
why?
me, Andrade should be the one that's being pushed.
I agree with that. I
Yes.
agree with you because
Humberto,
Humberto, I think he's, and not even to say because I've already said that NXT is bringing themselves up to the same level as SmackDown and Raw, but for some reason I envision Humberto being better used in NXT as far as their storylines.
What? How so?
I don't know. It's just something that I like more feel like they could fit him in, whereas what they're doing with him here, it doesn't make any sense. And then how he's paired with Street Profits, I'm like, how did what?
Why? He's like Bianca Belair? I mean, come on, man. You got to put him with someone.
Why?
That's another.
Because you've been
legend.
pushing Bianca and Street Profits since day one. Don't
That's
tell me
another
you haven't.
legend.
Don't-
They're
Wait,
legends.
Bianca's
Yeah.
a legend being beautiful.
If Randy Orton puts in more time, he'll be at Bianca Belair's level.
How dare you say, like, I never.
Dare say what? You
I-
put Bianca with Street Profits forever on this
Yeah.
show.
Well,
and
it
you can't
makes
tell me
sense.
anyway.
One, but the fact that you're
Why
just
hold
jumping
my gavel?
on me.
Why am my gavel, please?
Because I need to stop this right now.
What are we
Like, look,
stopping?
I like Bianca Belair, but
You do.
I'm not saying at this moment that
Right.
that storyline with her, because one, they're on two different brands. Bianca's on NXT and Street Profits is on Raw. But I don't think Humberto and Street Profits make sense. Let me know in the
Agreed.
chat if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense on
No.
the visual capacity. It doesn't make sense in the
What's the
storyline.
visual
I
capacity?
do
Because
not
you just
feel
doesn't
safe
What
with
is the
TK
visual-
holding that
Yes,
hammer.
you stop it. Put it back. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'll put it right here.
I always thought that was like Thor's hammer. I thought only Flobo could lift it.
Oh, come on, man. Do you know who I am?
I do.
I do
That's
know
why
Thor. That's
that's
the
why
problem.
That's why I'm terrified.
Oh, man.
Speaking of Humberto Carrillo, he's with the Street Profits in a match. Humberto had a match with Rockstar Carl Anderson. Quote, hot Carl mother loving Anderson with Humberto Carrillo getting the win,
Doesn't make any sense.
beating 2/3 of the OC. It looks like the people at Raw, the powers that be, have a lot of faith in Humberto. Jim,
Man,
thoughts?
listen, the only faith I have is, I mean, Johnny Quasto calling his matches on 205, if that still exists. Because right now, this guy is getting...
Shout out to Quasto.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
he's getting a lot of
I ain't
plugs
do all
today.
that now.
Here's the thing. that guy is too quick. It's too quick. I talk about some people where they're just rushing. He has potential. He can work in a ring. Like I could see him slowly, if they push him slowly and bring him up, have wins over jobbers maybe or smaller guys to elevate himself slowly or team him with some guys, bring him around.
Something that makes sense.
Yeah, don't push him with to the top immediately. Ray's giving him the thumbs up and you're the future. Come on, man. When that guy got drafted, I was just I was looking at Encyclopedia of WWE.
He threw pens.
I threw pens. I went.
Really
Those pens are
angry.
broken still because of this. Because this guy is just getting that push where it's gonna do him no good. He's gonna burn out too quick because he's getting shoved way too fast for a spot that he doesn't deserve. When we're talking about a guy who has worked his ass off in a sense, they had Selena help Andrade. You know what I mean?
Kulo.
I don't know what that is, but Andrade is the guy that if you want to move that spot, he should be the one because he's worked his way up and he's been around at least for a while and it's proven something.
That's true. What's the thing that Samoa Joe said? Humberto's been here for a cup of coffee and it's been a lukewarm one. I was like,
yes.
burn.
A lukewarm burn.
Yeah, let's move on real quick. Akira Tozawa and Buddy Murphy. On this match, this to me is very, very frustrating about WWE because on one hand, hey, look, it's a fresh matchup. We haven't seen it before. It's what the people want. But Boston was not feeling it. It felt kind of like a, 205 match in the middle of Raw. Just talked about the match and that matchup using Akira Tozawa, it seems almost out of nowhere. TK?
That's the point. It was out of nowhere. I just sometimes I just don't understand. I wish they would do. Shout out to Evan T. Mac on the bump. But another show idea I think that WWE should have is almost have like a fly on the wall of a writer's room and see how they come up with some of these ideas.
Yeah.
Is it a last minute thing? It's okay, we need a filler and this is what we're going to do. Or is there a game plan and just, other things fall off the rail? I want to see the thought process. So then we can in itself respect or understand the process and therefore understand what we see on TV. Because some of the stuff I'm looking at how did this happen?
Is this a match that made you go that way, though?
Yes.
Okay. Is it because of Akira Tozawa or Buddy Murphy or the fact that we're together?
The fact that they were together and then it's just kind of like I said, drinking games, storylines. There's just how did this come about?
And Buddy Murphy's trying to feud with Alistair the same night. He's knocking on doors back and forth and he's fighting this dude.
Ding-dong ditched him, really.
And then Alistair comes out almost out of character too. It's just wait, what? I thought you were...
Alistair was I was in the bathroom.
Yeah. Don't come in. Yeah.
Don't get it.
I thought that was match of the night. I loved it. I thought they were both great.
See, I'm torn about that. The match itself was great.
No, the match was great, but it's just you can't sink your teeth into it. There's no...
I think it was a very simple... We talked about the writing room. I think it was very simple. I think they said, we want to book Alistair Black versus Buddy Murphy. Let's have Buddy Murphy put on a show so that when that match
against
is booked,
Akira Tozawa put on a show.
It was a good match. That kick was dope.
It's better. Yeah. That kick was really good.
It was nice.
But it's better than Buddy Murphy versus random local talent that we've never heard of.
Flobo Boyce.
It was him or No Way Jose.
Yeah,
so,
what you got tonight too?
No.
I don't want to jump ahead, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a tease.
That's a
Jose
tease.
lost. That's a tease.
Man.
But I think it's just so we could remember. Oh yeah, Buddy. What was the last time Buddy Murphy had a match that wasn't a potential match of the night? He always has great matches.
Good
so
point.
I think it was just to remind us he always has great matches. Wow, him and Alistair Black's going to be awesome.
Is it?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's that's what was said. In the
I don't
writing room.
believe Buddy Murphy has any chance against Alistair Black.
No, I don't think...
I
think Alistair Black...
To
win
Jack's
that
point,
one.
I thought the match itself was great. Again, if I was paying a ticket to see that in hour 2, I'd be like, that's a real
And then with
choice.
the thing with Alistair
But-
Black, how did that come about? Was that something that's been set up for a while?
Sort of. He's been on behind scenes being like, pick a fight with me, knock on my door, pick a fight with me. Cesaro knocked on his door in the middle of the summer, but it has almost got to Scooby-Doo levels of being like, whoa, anyone fight me? Until today, this guy's walking by and being like, hey, Alistair! And he left. And Alistair goes, what? And then I guess they're having a match because he knocked on the door. Like a video game boss, basically.
I heard that.
And you like that storyline?
I like Alistair Black enough to see where it goes.
I like Alistair Black.
wanna
I
see
just...
him-
I feel like they
What does he
got
do in
lost
that
in the
room?
sauce.
I want to see that. What's going on in that room?
I don't know.
Pilates.
I don't know if you want to see what goes on.
Pilates, that's
It's a better storyline.
yeah.
Tantric sex.
Hey.
Whoa.
Speaking of that, it's now time Teenage Boudoir. Let's go, Teenage Boudoir. Oh yeah, it's so tantric. Oh,
It's so tantric.
Get cocoa butter and body scrubs.
Oh my goodness.
That-
Really? Y'all gonna
Damn it.
clap for him?
Yeah.
He steal my gavel.
Thank you for my shakes. This was
Wow,
this was
'cause he
Dak
did
Prescott-esque.
That was entertainment.
It was.
That was good.
See, people have been missing
Is
this.
that what's happening in the court when I'm not allowed in? Because Bobby Lashley.
Oh,
won't
we're
let
gonna
me
get
go?
there. We're gonna get there tonight.
TK's Boudoir is brought to you by Centurion Skincare and Candles. If you want any cocoa butter, body scrubs, candles, and soap, you can go to centurioncompany.com. And you can also put in the promo code AfterBuzzTV. Again, nice little discount. So make sure you go and do that. Shout out to everybody that's been following and then buying products. Really, really appreciate it. The hustle is real. However,
Culo.
do you say culo?
Why not? You did.
Gulo.
Do you know what culo means?
Use it twice. You already got the explicit tag. We're good.
In that case.
I'm just waiting for Jack to sell this product. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been gone a long time apparently.
In the boudoir, the Iconics. Really great outfit change, by the way. This was courtesy of Jack. Rey Mysterio.
He was dressed good tonight.
Oh, he was pretty slick, yeah.
And then Lana's dress was absolutely amazing until she was on the mat, and then I didn't know she was wearing a thong or
Getting ready for King's Court, baby.
lot of cheeks. So I love the outfit, but I don't know if there was,
What's up with her
she
cheeks,
looks amazing, but I just didn't know if I wanted to see the cheeks. I mean, the cheeks look good, but I didn't know if I wanted to see the cheeks. It was surprising to see the cheeks. I was like, oh man, there's cheeks
I
on
cannot
TV.
agree or disagree on cheek commentary.
There's got to be a payoff on an angle like this, right?
There's angles all around. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Josh in the booth. Save me. Moving on. It's now time for King's Court, man.
Play it.
Oh, you don't get a drop?
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Do I give you the gavel now?
This is very regal.
Oh, there you go.
This is where it
Your
is.
turn,
So
Nick.
my
Quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet.
The most handsome, charming, intellectual, and brilliant man on God's green
I love this
earth.
British woman.
Pay attention when the AfterBuzz King
Yes.
speaks.
Where is she? I mean, this needs to happen. She needs to be in a King's Court. But today's King's Court is, we got to put Lana in there. I mean, come on. That dress, everything's going in there. She can, whatever position Bobby wants to bring that out, or whatever angles we want to shoot here. Lana is in a King's Court.
Bobby's the only one shooting angles.
Oh my god.
Listen, Bobby's bad. Bobby's, Jack and David and Flobo, you guys are excluded from this week's King's Court because Bobby's back to manning the door because Lana's in it, Mandy Rose is in it, Alexa Bliss, hurt or not hurt, is in it, and of course Peyton Royce is in it with the blonde hair and all. So this is.
So wait,
this is,
what are you doing? Are you like
Well,
Hugh Hefner status?
Listen, if you guys think Alistair's black room is something, you don't want to know what goes on in the King's Court.
I imagine you wear a robe that's really short, and so
there ain't no robes. There don't need to be no robes.
Well, Flobo, David, and I are all gonna sneak in by dressing in a long trench coat like kids do when they try to sneak into.
Speaking of things that make me uncomfortable, Bobby Lashley has a match tonight with Lana against No Way Jose, which
Let me start
this one time, on one hand, No Way Jose hasn't won a match in forever, but it's kind of sad seeing him without his conga line. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot you're employed. TK, thoughts about chocolate vanilla Bobby Lashley tonight?
Chocolate vanilla?
Yeah.
I mean, he was hot. That's
It's fair.
He's by my King's door, so yeah.
I've been saying this for a while. This is probably the best storyline that Bobby Lashley is, unfortunately, which is a double-edged sword because it's just like we know he's a talented wrestler, but he couldn't get over with the amount of storylines that they gave him, and he had plenty of chances. Just the audience wasn't buying it. Now you have this salacious storyline, and now people who didn't really look at Bobby Lashley, now they're looking at Bobby Lashley to the point that you're seeing them on red carpets together. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So definitely we know that he's skillful. He doesn't even need to talk much. All he's doing is tonguing down Lana, and it all, for some reason, makes sense.
No, I can't.
This is
He's
one of my
getting
favorite
paid.
wrestlers these days
You
now.
don't agree with me
but-
though? What
no,
storyline
no.
has he had in the
I so
last
agree with
2 or
TK.
3 years? That
So TK, okay, fine. You know what? Forget the storyline of Lana. That's there.
This is
Drinking
one of the
game,
best
drinking game.
storylines we're talking about in the
Drinking
Palladium
game, drinking
Plus.
game.
They ain't going anywhere. Tonight, I saw him with a match with No Way Jose, and he won with a full Nelson. That's the kind of match that in 2K, the video game, it'd be like 1 star out of 5. It was terrible. I'm supposed to be invested in the
doesn't
guy.
matter. That doesn't matter.
And choked him out.
Well, we're talking about two
You're
different things
focusing
now.
on the wrong thing.
I'm
then
saying
Look at that contract. Look at divorce contract. There's so much to talk about.
Guys,
Even
help me
Bold
out,
and
man.
Beautiful and Young and
No.
Restless, none of these shows can come up with stuff like this that Bobby's
they
doing with
can.
Lana. This is a mentor to me. This is someone I'm looking up to right now because Bobby and Lana are doing it right. They're doing it great angle-wise.
They're doing it for sure.
Apparently it's right.
The performances they're putting out there. I'm proud of this. Bobby Lashley.
I didn't say I was proud of it.
Bobby Lashley's work has been better than ever. This is the Bobby Lashley at his height. This is Lana at her height. We don't need Rusev. This is the best angle I've seen in a long time.
I didn't say I was proud of it. I'm just saying that they've tried the different angles and it just
And it
hasn't
worked finally. It worked for Bobby.
It just hasn't worked.
You think this
We
does?
know that he's a great wrestler. And
Okay.
you don't think he's a great wrestler?
I think he's okay. He's serviceable.
Okay.
He's good.
We know that he's a good wrestler. We can all agree that he's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
So we know that he's a good wrestler, but when he was wrestling and having good matches, it wasn't carrying over. So
Right.
this storyline is
Isn't
like
helping him either.
It's giving him much more heat. He's got
the
way
best.
more heat.
He's changed the channel heat, man. No one's like, I wonder what Bobby Lashley's doing this week.
No.
Wow, no,
Check
you're
out
wrong with that one.
Forbes.com says you're wrong. They wrote an article.
Yeah.
Seriously, they have an article. You can go check it
He's
out.
hitting mainstream media
The
with the
most
storyline.
watched YouTube segment of Raw from last week
Agreed.
Yeah.
was Lana and
So,
Lashley.
it's not-
People know
Agreed.
what
People are
what's
watching
good.
it.
People are watching, but it doesn't mean it's good. I don't understand why everyone feels like I'm the one that's weird with this.
This is finally an angle I would have
So
written.
wait,
No,
people,
man.
Everyone's
people are
watching
watching it,
How
but
do
it's
you-
not
No,
good.
If I
but-
could chime in real quick right now,
Yeah.
just to
Josh,
back
Lana-
up on Jack Farmer's statement. Yes,
Uh-oh.
it's actually Rusev and Lana's sex storyline performs well on YouTube.
See, let's write up
however,
I just agree with him.
poorly in TV ratings.
Oh, whatever.
We
I don't care about YouTube.
we gotta
right-
go. We gotta go. But I mean, I think we're never gonna have an agreement with this
Oh,
one.
stop.
Jack was proven right, and suddenly we gotta go.
Oh,
I didn't say you were
It's
wrong.
like that.
He just said it
it's
was
like
wrong.
chocolate vanilla. You just getting.
Yeah.
Wow, that's how it is.
What are you even doing?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
All right, TK, we want to sit in it. All right, what's up? What's your question? Go ahead.
I don't know.
I know.
see how awkward this shit
I
is?
know
You see
that
how-
this is the best angle I've seen in years.
So,
Keep it going.
Erick Rowan had a match with Alex Malcolm. Real quick match, totally a squash deal. The Singh brothers got involved with the 24/7 title. What is
Still
in-
around?
Yeah, what is in Erick Rowan's bag or cage? Does anyone know or care?
I think it's a parrot.
Is it Lana? I don't know.
Yeah.
Where
you
did you
should.
get a
What?
I mean, it makes sense, but
Flo's
why?
gonna go home and cry after
Because
this.
she was like talking to me.
Look at his face.
It's funny. It's funny because I was gonna say a cat, which is no better than a parrot, but for some reason the parrot.
And a partridge in a
Listen,
pear
I'm still
tree.
going with
Yeah.
Snake. He's doing the old Jake the Snake Roberts
No.
thing.
Those tiny
I
things?
swear, if it's a rabbit, that'd be awesome. I'm a big rabbit fan.
A rabbit would be good.
Yeah.
Does it matter?
There you
That was a
go.
good movie.
That's like
See, I don't know, but Erick Rowan's interesting now, right? Because he's hiding something.
You do want to see what he has. I am not expecting to be shocked and blown away, but
Maybe it's his
really-
mask, the old mask too.
That would be kind of funny. The
Yeah.
Wyatt family mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then maybe
Could be anything. That's what's great about
That's-
Erick Rowan, because he's a very subpar performer, a wrestler, like interesting wise. I mean, I guess he can work for his size and all that, but he's not very interesting character wise. This is finally something interesting for him, because he's always been attached to something. Finally, Erick Rowan's doing something on his own, right? Without any help of Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt, or Daniel Bryan. And we're talking about him.
he's my favorite big man right now as far as like giants.
that.
He's my favorite giant right
Look
now.
at that.
So are you liking this bag in the story versus like?
Are you
other
comparing this to Lana and Lashley? Are you kidding
things?
me?
Did I just-
Don't bag this man.
Go, ask the question, TK. I'm sorry, I cut you off. You were saying?
I'm just saying, are you liking this story, like the whole bag, what's in this bag type thing?
It's a question. It hasn't even developed yet. I've seen weeks of Rusev and his mustache growing in
First off,
to
I
have a
didn't
decision.
talk about Rusev and Lana. This is a trigger topic for you.
So
You okay?
I just said before I said that I said that I just don't have enough information. It's been a couple weeks,
All
so
right,
we
that's
just
it. Okay, that's just what I'm saying.
Can we talk more about Lana and Bobby? I can
We
talk a
haven't
whole show
covered-
about this.
Yeah.
We haven't covered Lana.
No, let's go back. Let's do it. We might as well. I mean, all the ratings on YouTube, guys. We need ratings
This is
that
what we
want.
need. We need subscribers. Everyone's
Yeah,
watching.
yeah,
Subscribe right now.
yeah.
We're talking
Right.
about Lana.
If you don't like the Lana bit, then like, subscribe, comment here.
And if you do like it, then like, subscribe, and comment here.
Comment here.
I'm subscribing to every video that they post of this.
Okay. So Becky Lynch and
spank
Charlotte in a tag team match against the Iconics, which we haven't seen in forever.
Yeah.
That's right. 4 layers of problem to solve. Thugging and bugging, thugging and bugging. Here's the deal. Becky Lynch comes out. I haven't really seen a one-on-one match in a long time. Charlotte has this whole thing where it's like, I don't want to tag with you, but I am tagging with you. And the Iconics pretty much get flattened again.
As per usual.
Kind of stuff for the NXT thing for Survivor Series, but let's talk about the Iconics, right? Where are they going right now? 2020 and then 2019.
They should be going to the top where they were in the beginning, right? This is the best tag team that they've had, a natural tag team. They were first-time women's tag team champions. What happened to them? They're the best talkers on the mic.
They weren't the first time.
They're one of the best heels.
Weren't they the first?
No.
Sasha, they're forgettable.
Yeah.
So we're talking about, in my mind, the first real tag team women's champions. They're best talkers on the
Sorry,
mic.
Sasha Banks, you whack.
I know.
Best talkers on the mic. They are one of the most in-sync teams in the ring. I don't understand. They should be still treated as the top women in all of the women's division.
Okay, here's
I
the
just
question.
don't understand why.
Do you think that they can wrestle?
Yes.
Yeah, I can.
Better
Yes.
than like
You know
Charlotte?
what? You know what I think they should do?
Well, here's the thing. Let me get on Becky. We're gonna go to Becky Lynch because I got a few comments
It's
on
the
her.
same match, bro. You can do it.
You know what? Here's the thing about Becky Lynch. I can't anymore with her. I can't.
man
She's
come
so
around.
stale and boring. Every time she walks up to the mic, it's the same promo all the time. You're gonna fight. Oh, I'm tough. I'm Irish. Oh, I'm the man. It's like, come up with some new material. That's like me talking about Mandy Rose and calling you guys
still do it
nerds every
every
week.
week,
You
No,
do talk
never
about Mandy
stop
Rose every
you.
week.
But he's only here every few
Okay,
weeks. So.
I do it, but at least I make it entertaining. Okay, she doesn't. That's the thing about it. It's just she's so predictable. She's like a one-trick pony. She really is. Her in-ring work is better than her mic work. I don't know why. She gets over because she has this like aura about her that she's Becky Lynch. She's tough because she got a ton of promotion coming her way with every angle. But when you break her down, when you look at her promos and in-ring thing, it's the most repetitive of any wrestler on that roster. It really is. She's been doing the same promos for over a year, just changing up a few words. I can't anymore. She's stale goods.
All right, but that said, the match was still enjoyable to you?
Too many times they're putting her with Charlotte together. It's like we're friends one day, we hate each other, but we're
like,
working a match
Bayley
again.
and Sasha.
It's so overdone. It's like I don't want to
Yeah.
see Becky Lynch with Charlotte and their on and off friendship, or their heel, their face, they're friends, they're feuding together, they're working together. I don't want to see them together. I think it was a mistake to put them on the same brand, first of all. But that's just stale. They've worked together too long. You need some fresh feuds. Why don't you get a one-on-one, maybe a Peyton Royce and Becky Lynch, or vice versa, or whatever. Just switch things up. No more Charlotte. No more Becky Lynch. I don't know if it's the boyfriends holding it up, them being on the same roster, and, kind of having to do that whole thing. But they need when they're on separate rosters, it was better because they weren't coming together.
So what if they acknowledge the relationships, like Charlotte and Andrade?
I like the Charlotte and Andrade. That could have been
And
some
then-
angles.
and
That
then
could have put Andrade
angles,
over.
really.
Would that have
And
messed up
Seth
Zelina
and-
though? Like that is that weird? If
No,
He's his manager. He's his manager.
Zelina can work on her own technically.
Yeah, she's
and I would like to see her with Alistair Black. Let's see a turn for Zelina. Let's see her do something different.
She
Maybe
can
say-
talk for him. She could be his
Yeah.
manager because he's.
That's a natural thing too.
Alistair Black can talk, though. He doesn't need it.
I think she can do wonders.
She
though.
can. No,
she
she
could
will enhance
only
it,
help
but
her
it's
out.
like she doesn't
But if
need
it would
to.
give her a side, it would give like a darker side of Zelina too.
And why can't we have
angle.
intergender matches? I know has there been an announcement of mixed match?
Not a third one, no.
Yeah.
But the
Bar
second
wrestling
one-
does it all the time.
But the second one had so many
Oh, now you're bringing
injuries
Bar.
and submissions.
I've never seen that crap in my life. I don't know what it is, but I'm just.
I was gonna say I think they got a little gun shy because the second mixed match challenge had so many like reassignments and injuries and pull out and stuff.
Well, that's
so.
what I'm saying. Like they're not doing it. I don't think they should do it. They should do another one anyway. They definitely need to do Women's Evolution, but it's a whole nother story. But why can't they have intergender matches?
It's
well,
I don't see why
that's
not.
That's a whole thing to unpack.
That's a whole
but-
policy, company policy thing that would
Yeah.
have to go. There's a lot of
Company
layers. there.
policy.
Yeah,
It'll-
Fox and USA.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm
People
a fan,
were making the draft picks in the room with that robot and all.
No, I've been a fan of. I like intergender matches, but I understand where WWE is coming from by not having.
I
them.
agree too.
But you know what? I think with Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, the biggest problem is that those two are so head and shoulders beyond the rest of the division that when they're not dealing with each other, it feels like they're stepping down to their
But
competition.
why, Jack? Is it because of their being pushed that way, or are they actually in the ring that much better?
It's their
Because if you
push
look
that
at
way.
Becky Lynch, she ain't that better in
They're-
the ring than
it's their
Peyton
push.
Royce and some of these other.
Well,
Right.
Yeah, she's better than Peyton Royce, dude. I mean,
Well,
I know what you're saying, but Peyton Royce is a different class.
Right, no, exactly. But
Charlotte
it's a push
Charlotte
thing.
is
Charlotte,
special and unique because of her size and athleticism and her talking ability. But I think with Becky, it's been all a push, a promotional push. It's like Mitch
Right.
Trubisky with the Bears being pushed to be a franchise quarterback when you're not one.
Right.
I think with Charlotte, it's kind of inevitable and natural. But with her, just like she's the anointed one, we're gonna roll with her. Like with Roman Reigns before, they're trying to do with Seth right now. It's like we're gonna push him down shove him down as far as we can, and you take it or leave it. You know.
No, I've said before, I think they just need to let off the gas with Becky a little bit. And, Stone Cold took losses. Stone Cold
Yes,
got beat up.
yes.
The Rock got beat up sometimes. Becky needs to take some losses sometimes and look vulnerable. If you just dominate everyone and come out and go, yeah, I'm going to dominate everyone, it's no fun.
The man's going around.
Yeah.
Give Mandy Rose a title.
No.
But even if she goes up against, Dylan brought it up in the chat and talking about Tessa on Impact and doing her intergender matches are really amazing. So say if Becky does go, if she's the man, why can't she go up against?
If you're
A
saying
male wrestler.
why she
That's
can't, that's a company decision.
That's a company
That's
decision,
nothing to
yeah.
do with her talent or athleticism, or it's not going to be a good match. It's just
So-
someone saying no, they're not doing it.
It's not a wrestling thing. It's a company
Yeah,
thing.
she can totally hang. Moving on, it's now time for our news segment. It's now time for Raw News.
Oh my gosh, so much stuff going on. So CM Punk, we all know he's come back. He is now put on social media that tomorrow he's going to be talking about a lot of different things, and he tagged both Vince McMahon. Why are we sleeping?
Go to sleep.
It's
Finish your move.
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
I'm
Clobbering
sorry,
time.
I thought you were sleeping on me.
No, we're listening.
So he tagged both. He tagged he tagged AEW and Vince McMahon talking about that. Seth Rollins jumped in the whole thing and pretty much said that he doesn't want CM Punk to talk. He wants to fight CM Punk. So CM Punk has said that he's not getting into the ring. And then Randy Orton, your boy, hopped on Twitter as well, got into a fight with AEW's president. And AEW's president said, why are you bringing up old news when you just said the N-word on Twitch? It was a whole situation that
Ooh,
was...
Tony Khan?
Yeah.
Jack, tell us
Yeah.
about this AEW connection here.
You can hear all about it on Wednesday at 8
That's
p.m.
right.
here on AfterBuzz
Yes.
Television.
I'm not watching your show. I'm not getting your cocoa butter. I don't know what King's Court is. I'm doing any of that. I'm trying to get
Are you okay? Do you need something?
What did they put in that water? What's in that cup?
I know.
I know,
It could be like vodka. You having a hard time?
What other
Let's
news,
go.
TK? CM Punk, big news coming up there. What else?
Yeah, that's the big news with CM Punk. And then also just a personal shout out from WPW, Women's Wrestling Weekly. Shout out to Evilise. She's gotten her belt. She's the first ever Ladies Night Out champion.
Legend.
Shout out.
Very cool.
Where's Ladies Night?
Are
Where
you-
is that at? Where's Ladies Night Out?
I believe it's in Chicago.
Hey! I'll be there. Two perfect
already
words.
happened.
Chicago and Ladies Night Out.
So,
Oh, gosh.
we almost have to get out of here, but before we do, real quick thoughts about the match between Asuka and Natalya. Just like a line or two on the line.
I feel like they've done this before.
Okay.
And as you were saying, I definitely am tired of Charlotte and Becky together, and it's not like they don't have enough women.
Right, they do.
AEW, and correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't watched all the shows, they still need to pack their women's locker room. But WWE, correct? Am I
Yeah,
correct?
they could use some help there.
But
Randy Rhodes.
WWE has a stacked females locker room that they can use, and they're just not tapping into it.
Great.
So it's frustrating to see that when it's just like
Agreed.
there are people there.
Mandy Rose needs a title.
What? She's not even on the show, man. She's not on Raw.
Whatever. She's on some show.
Okay.
SmackDown.
It's about time to get out of here.
Flobo's gonna cry.
This is a wild one.
Where can we find you online, man?
Yeah, you can find me at jackcfarmer.com as well as at RealJackFarmer across all social media. You can also check me out on the AEW After Show every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. right here on AfterBuzz TV.
And he does weddings.
And I do weddings.
Wait, you do wrestling commentary at weddings? Samoa Joe is amazing with commentary.
You can find me on everything at TK Trinidad. You can buy cocoa butter at Center In Company. And then also I have some big news coming up next week, so stay tuned to all my social media and all that good stuff at TK Trinidad.
You gotta follow the social media to get the breaking news,
I
or
know,
we're gonna
right?
get it here.
That's a tease.
I don't tease you guys. You
Tremendo.
guys can check out my stuff at DJimAlexander on all social media. RealTalker.com. That's REL Talker.com.
Is it the gym or D gym?
Oh my God.
You know, I met these girls at a bar, and then I told them my social media handle. They couldn't find it. Like, Oh, you mean the gym?
Yeah,
I'm like,
because your accent says the gym.
That's like a Chicago way of saying it. These chicks almost didn't connect with me because of
He
that.
meant
Anyway, it's
the gym.
THE.
The
So
Jim
if
Alexander.
you girls, if I met you and you forgot what it was, it's THE, Jim Alexander.
But he'll remember the D.
Yes.
What just happened tonight, man? My name is Flobo Boyce. You can follow me at Flobo Boyce on Twitter, at Flopito on Instagram, and support the homie by buying a t-shirt at flopito.threadless.com. But until next time, buzz you later.
Ciao.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners.